with the exercise. Yes. So we were doing question number 22 we have to do today. Question number 22. It is a potentiometer with a cell of 2 volt and internal resistance 0.40 ohm, maintaining a potential drop across the resistor wire AB. एक ही वायर शो कर दी है, but otherwise you know on a potentiometer there are 4 wires each of 100 centimeter. A standard cell which maintains a constant EMF of 1.02 volt gives a balance point at 67.3 centimeter length of the wire. So they are saying that the driver cell, the supply voltage is 2 volt and the unknown EMF, the unknown cell is having EMF of 1.02 volt and corresponding balancing length is 67.3 centimeter. To ensure very low currents drawn from the standard cell, a very high resistance of 600 kilo ohm is put in series with it, which is shorted close to the balance point. ये ऑप्शनल होता है 600,000 ohm का resistance. Sometimes it is put with the galvanometer in series so that otherwise its needle deflects very fast and it may damage also. So to avoid that, to limit the current through it, resistor, high resistance is put in series with it, but it doesn't affect the balance point. The standard cell is then replaced by a cell of unknown EMF E, and balance point turns out to be 82.3 centimeter. Now they remove the previous cell and take the new cell and corresponding new balancing length L2 is found. So previous balancing length was L1 and new length is L2. What is the value of E? So you know this is comparison of EMFs of two cells in a way. Okay, how can we compare EMFs of two cells? We had done that application. Who will tell me what was the formula? Compare EMFs of two cells. What was the formula? Yes, students. What was the formula? Who will tell me? Yes, students. Anyone? Very simple expression it was. E1 over E2 is equal to L1 over L2. This is the formula. E1 upon E2 is L1 upon L2. So just put in the values. New cell is of EMF E, new balancing point. Previous cell is of EMF 1.02. Previous length was 67 point something and 82 point something. Whatever values are given, substitute. So I just want to show you that this is potentiometer. This is a potentiometer. So you can see there are 4 wires here on this device. Okay, 4 wires are here. And I also want to show you jockey that we were talking about. This is jockey. This is simply a metallic contact. This is simply a metallic contact. We will connect it and we will move the jockey like this. We will touch it on the wire at different points and we will keep our eye on the galvanometer. Where galvanometer will show 0, we will note down that corresponding length. Okay, so you can see this is one terminal. Let us call it A. This is another terminal. Let us call it B. So in the same fashion, there are 4 wires. Okay, so 400 centimeter is the total length here. 4 meter. Why 4 meter wire is used here? Why not 1 meter wire as we use in meter bridge? Who will tell me the answer? Why in case of potentiometer, this is a potentiometer, why we are using 4 meter length? Why not 100 centimeter? Why not 1 meter length as we have in meter bridge? I have already told you the reason. Who will tell me? Yes, students, who will tell me? This is jockey. We connect the wire here. This is the screw and this is the metallic contact that we move over the wire. Yes, answer my question, students. Shivam, why we have longer length of wire on potentiometer? This is very
मैम
important
वो पोटेंशियल,
conceptual.
मैम जैसे वो जो V होता है डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू L होता है, इस वजह से
K will be small. K potential gradient will be small. So to reduce the potential gradient, we take more length, and sensitivity of potentiometer is directly proportional to this inversely proportional to potential gradient. If potential gradient is smaller, potentiometer will be more sensitive. Okay, so keep this thing in mind. This is very important conceptual question, right? Now I want to show you meter bridge. See, this is meter bridge. वही apparatus है ना, जैसे हमने डायग्राम बनाया था, सेम वैसे ही ये thick metallic strips लगी हुई है ना यहाँ पे. What is the reason why these thick metallic strips are here? This is also conceptual. हाँ, to
मैम रेजिस्टेंस मेंटेन करने के लिए.
हाँ, to maintain so that the resistance does not increase unnecessarily. R is equal to rho L by A. By increasing the area, by increasing the thickness, we are reducing the resistance of the apparatus. And you can see there is only 1 meter long wire between A and B points. There is only 1 meter long wire, so that's why it is also called meter bridge. And in this case, we will slide the jockey over the wire continuously from one end to the other end. We will slide the jockey over the wire because there is no such limitation that we have to retain the uniformity of the wire. वो पोटेंशियोमीटर का प्रिंसिपल उस पे बेस था कि यूनिफॉर्मिटी डैमेज नहीं होनी चाहिए. यहाँ ऐसी कोई भी कंडीशन नहीं है. ठीक है. So we slide the jockey. We start from one end where we get the zero on galvanometer. We stop there, and the scale is attached here. We note down the reading कि इतनी लेंथ हो गई है, वो आपकी बैलेंसिंग लेंथ आ जाती है L. Because both the apparatus, they are based on null method. When galvanometer gives zero deflection, then we note down the reading always. Okay students, तो एक बार मैंने आपको इसीलिए दिखाए हैं कि आप क्रैम मत करो, you understand the things. Okay, चलिए. So E1 over E2 is L1 over L2. From here you can find the value of new EMF of the cell. 67.3, 82.3, and solve this, you will get the EMF. वो आगे. B है, what purpose does the high resistance of 600 kilo ohm have? I already told you that the purpose of high resistance is to limit the current flowing through galvanometer so that its needle doesn't damage because of flow of excessive current through it. Is the balance point affected by this high resistance? No, just this purpose. Is the balance point affected by internal resistance of the driver cell? Driver cell के internal resistance पे क्या balance point affect मतलब depend करेगा? Yes, what do you say? What do you say students? जो driver cell है, supply EMF है. Right now in our case, for the supply EMF we are using battery eliminator. ठीक है? तो उसमें तो बैलेंस पॉइंट की ऐसी कोई भी बात नहीं है, तो बैलेंस पॉइंट उससे अफेक्ट नहीं होगा. बट जो अननोन ईएमएफ का हमने सेल लगाया है उसके इंटरनल रेजिस्टेंस पे जरूर डिपेंड करेगा. Would the method work in above situation if driver cell of potentiometer had an EMF of 1 volt instead of 2 volt? चलिए कौन बताएगा मुझे. Right now we had taken the EMF of driver cell 2 volt and unknown cell was of EMF 1.02 volt. अगर हम सप्लाई EMF 2 की जगह 1 वोल्ट कर देते तो पोटेंशियोमीटर वर्क करता हमारा सक्सेसफुली कि नहीं करता? यस, हु विल टेल मी? यस, हरी अप स्टूडेंट्स, वी डिड सो मेनी कंसेप्चुअल रिलेटेड टू पोटेंशियोमीटर. These are a must for you to keep in your mind for building up your concept of potentiometer. Okay, yes, बताइए, हरी अप, हरी अप.
मैम नहीं करेगा क्योंकि इसके बैलेंस पॉइंट के बहुत पास आ जाएगा, तो फिर वो उतनी मेजरमेंट लेनी हमारे सूटेबल ही नहीं होगी.
बैलेंस रीजन क्या है? बैलेंस पॉइंट के पास आ जाएगा मतलब बच्चे
मतलब मैम उतनी लेंथ की मेजरमेंट नहीं ले पाएंगे ना.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, इसका रीजन वही है जो मैंने आपको मेंटीमीटर से क्विज दिया था ना, ये वही रीजन है. व्हाट इज द रीजन ऑफ पोटेंशियोमीटर गिविंग वन साइडेड डिफ्लेक्शन? तो वहां पे आपने यही लिखा था ना कि इफ सप्लाई ईएमएफ इज लेस देन अननोन ईएमएफ, तो ये वो वाला केस हो जाएगा. So then our potentiometer will be giving one-sided deflection, so we won't be getting balance point. And yes, potentiometer will not be working efficiently. Got it now? अगर हमारी सप्लाई ही कम है, अननोन सेल की ईएमएफ ज्यादा है, तो पोटेंशियोमीटर एक वन साइड डिफ्लेक्शन देगा. We won't be obtaining balance point till we get deflection on the in the opposite directions. Got it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Students. Last part है, would the circuit work well for determining extremely small EMF, say of the order of few millivolts, such as the typical EMF of a thermocouple? Then, if not, how will you modify the circuit? Are you aware of a thermocouple? Thermocouple सुना है किसी ने? कौन बताएगा? What is a thermocouple? Yes, students, what's a thermocouple? सुना है किसी ने name? Two different metals are joined and one end is kept at 100 degrees Celsius, another end, another junction of two metals is kept at 0 degrees Celsius in ice. So a potential difference is maintained due to which current starts flowing. That current is called thermoelectric current. And that arrangement of two different metals joined together, welded together, and having temperature difference at its junctions, that is called a thermocouple. उसको हम कहते हैं thermocouple. ठीक है, तो उस थर्मोकपल की ईएमएफ बहुत स्मॉल होती है, मिली वोल्ट के ऑर्डर की होती है. तो दे आर सेइंग कि क्या हम इसको यूज कर सकते हैं पोटेंशियोमीटर को? नो, वी कांट यूज. सो हाउ कैन यू मॉडिफाई द सर्किट? एनी आइडिया अबाउट इट? यस स्टूडेंट्स, एनी आइडिया अबाउट इट? आप बहुत स्मॉल ईएमएफ्स के लिए कैसे मेजर करोगे उसको? वन ऑप्शन इज टू यूज मल्टीमीटर. मल्टीमीटर से हर रेंज की वोल्टेज हम फाइंड कर सकते हैं, स्मॉल एज वेल एज लार्ज. बाकी और कोई अगर है तो आप थिंक अबाउट इट एंड टेल मी, वी विल बी शेयरिंग. ठीक है, चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन 23rd. फिगर शोज अगेन अ पोटेंशियोमीटर सर्किट फॉर कंपैरिजन ऑफ टू रेजिस्टेंसेस. बैलेंस पॉइंट विद, अब सेल्स की जगह रेजिस्टेंस है. बैलेंस पॉइंट विद स्टैंडर्ड रेजिस्टर आर 10 ohm is 58.3 centimeter, and while that with unknown resistance X is 68.5 centimeter. Find the value of X. What might you do if you fail to find a balance point with the given cell of EMF E? तो क्या करोगे इसमें आप? Yes, students. So you will use E1 over E2 is L1 over L2 के place में you will use here R1 over R2 is equal to L1 over L2 because EMF is directly proportional to resistance. So let us put in the values. 10 over X is 58.3, 68.5. So you can find X from here. You can find your resistance from here. Is that okay, students? Is that clear? तो बिल्कुल वैसे ही ये यहाँ पे ये फॉर्मूला एप्लीकेबल रहेगा. ठीक है. So what might you do if you fail to find a balance point with the given cell of EMF E? तो अगर आपका बैलेंस पॉइंट नहीं आता तो आप क्या करोगे? आप सप्लाई वोल्टेज को थोड़ा इंक्रीज कर दोगे क्योंकि हो सकता है सप्लाई ईएमएफ कम हो. ठीक है. ओके, लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ द एक्सरसाइज 24. I hope now you will be able to do this question. Okay, let us do it. Figure 35 shows 2 volt potentiometer used for determination of internal resistance of 1.5 volt cell. So this is based on second application of potentiometer to find internal resistance of a cell. Balance point of the cell in open circuit is 76.3 centimeter. That is your L1. And when resistor of 9.5 ohm is used in external circuit of the cell, balance point shifts to 64.8 centimeter length of potentiometer wire, that is L2. So find the internal resistance of the cell. Which formula of internal resistance? कौन बताएगा? Yes. What was the formula that we used to find internal resistance of a cell, students? Mansi, would you like to tell? Mansi?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ बताओ फॉर्मूला क्या था?
L1 upon L2 minus 1 into capital R.
Yes, very good. So internal resistance is L1 over L2 minus 1 into R. So just we will be putting in the values. Let's see the values once. Yeah, this is 76.3 and 64.8, and external resistance is 9.5. So just solve it and you will get your internal resistance. So this will give you internal resistance of the cell. So have a look at this. Is that okay, students? So our exercise is over. You can solve it and get the answer. I hope you can now revise it, and next week you will be having tests from current electricity, right? So start preparing for your test from current electricity. So let us start with the third unit, next unit, magnetic effects of current and magnetism. ठीक है, कुछ पूछना तो नहीं है?
मैम R1/R2 वाला फॉर्मूला कैसे आया था?
ये वाला? अच्छा वो देखो, VE इज इक्वल टू IR, करंट तो सेम ही फ्लो कर रहा है, तो E1 को आप IR1 पुट करो, E2 को आप IR2 पुट करो, I कैंसिल हो जाएगा, तो सेम रिलेशन यू विल गेट फॉर रेजिस्टेंसेस ऑल्सो. ठीक है, हमने पोटेंशियल करंट कांस्टेंट लिया हुआ है ना, सो करंट इज नॉट वेरिएबल, वो हम कैंसिल आउट कर सकते. ठीक है,
यस मैम.
ओके ओके. So let us start with magnetic effects of current now. We'll start with Oersted experiment. Oersted, Hans Christian Oersted. Hans Christian Oersted. Oersted experiment. So in 10th also we did that. What we did, we take a wire and we connect a switch and a key and a battery to it. When we keep a magnetic compass needle vertically below the wire. ये मैं तो side में दिखा रही हूँ, but in the actual experiment this compass needle was kept vertically below the wire. ठीक है, so when he switched it on, when the current started flowing through the wire, it was found that needle got deflected. So needle was found to get deflected. Needle got deflected. This was an evidence of magnetic effect of current. ये जो compass needle है, it is one magnet, so it will be deflected only under the effect of another magnet. ये सिर्फ तभी डिफ्लेक्ट होगी जब कोई दूसरा मैग्नेट इसके पास पड़ा है, तो यहाँ तो कोई मैग्नेट नहीं है. इसका मतलब when we pass current through a wire, it has magnetic field around it, it has magnetic effect around it, right? तो उस मैग्नेटिक इफेक्ट की वजह से, उस मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की वजह से ये नीडल डिफ्लेक्ट हो रही. ठीक है, so first of all the magnetic effect of current concept was given by Sir Christian Oersted, so that's why this experiment is called Oersted experiment. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये? So he proved like current has heating effect, current has chemical effect, same way current has magnetic effect too. This experiment was done by Oersted. Okay, now which rule gives the direction of deflection of the needle? Snow rule. ये भी आपने 10th में किया हुआ है, स्नो रूल. तो अगर हम डायरेक्शन लें, दिस इज नॉर्थ, साउथ, ईस्ट, वेस्ट, तो यू कैन सी द करंट इज फ्लोइंग इन विच डायरेक्शन? फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम साउथ टू नॉर्थ, साउथ टू नॉर्थ. सो इफ करंट इन द वायर फ्लोज फ्रॉम साउथ टू नॉर्थ, तो नीडल किधर डिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है? इस डायरेक्शन में. इधर डिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है वेस्ट की तरफ, then the needle is deflected over west. So this is snow rule. लिख लीजिए snow rule. If current flows through a wire, if current flows through a wire from south to north, if current flows through a wire from south to north, the needle will be deflected over west. The needle will be deflected over west. There is one more rule to find the direction of this deflection. That is which rule? Do you remember? Anyone remembers? Second rule कौन सा था?
Maxwell thumb rule.
No. Ampere's swimming rule. Yes, Yashika को याद है. Ampere's swimming rule. So let us do that also. Ampere's swimming rule. If we imagine a man swimming in the direction of current, if we imagine a man or person swimming in the direction of current, then the needle will be deflected towards his left hand. Uska left hand ye hai na, so needle will be deflected always towards his left hand. And reverse can also be true. If the man is swimming opposite to the direction of current, then the needle will be deflected towards his right hand. वो तो स्नो रूल का भी आप रिवर्स कर सकते हो. अगर नॉर्थ से साउथ है तो नीडल ईस्ट की तरफ डिफ्लेक्ट हो. ठीक है. सो आई होप द एक्सपेरिमेंट एज वेल एज द डायरेक्शन इज क्लियर टू यू. इसमें कोई डाउट है तो पूछ सकते हो. एम्पियर स्विमिंग रूल, इफ यू वांट टू राइट द स्टेटमेंट यू कैन राइट, इमेजिन अ मैन स्विमिंग इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट. इमेजिन अ मैन स्विमिंग इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट. Then the needle will be deflected towards his left hand. Then the needle will be deflected towards his left hand. Needle will be deflected towards his left hand. Okay, clear? Now I want to show you the activity that is performed on Oersted experiment. तो देखिए ये बहुत सिंपली हम घर पे कर सकते हैं. I have taken a simple electrical circuit in which there is a battery, a switch and a bulb. So when I press the switch, current will pass through this wire. And now I have kept a magnetic compass needle here so that I can check the magnetic effect of current around this wire. Hans Christian Oersted, he was the first one to give this magnetic effect of current. So see, right now the needle is vertical. Now I am going to press the switch. When the current will pass through the wire, it will have some magnetic field generated around it, due to which magnetic compass needle will get deflected. You can see the deflection. It was vertical. Now it is deflecting, and let us now discuss more that is giving us direction of deflection of the needle. Right now current is passing from south to north. So needle is deflected over west. So this is no rule, south to north over west. Okay? Clear? तो एक सर्किट लेके वायर के ऊपर बस कंपास नीडल रख दी तो वो अपने आप डिफ्लेक्ट हो रही है when the current is passing through the wire. Very simple illustration. Is that clear, students? Now this topic is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Students, after that, I just want. Okay. So our next topic is Biot-Savart law. Next topic. Is Biot-Savart law. Biot and Savart were two persons who together gave this law. They gave a formula to find, suppose this is a wire and current I is flowing through it, and this is some length element. This is some length element dl. So he gave the magnetic field due to a current element. जब एक लेंथ एलिमेंट में से करंट फ्लो करता है उसको हम आईडीएल को बोलते हैं करंट एलिमेंट. you know dl is length element. जब उसमें से करंट पास करता है then this term is called current element. And we have seen that a current carrying conductor has magnetic field around it. So he gave expression for magnetic field due to current element. लिख लीजिए पर्पस क्या था, बायट-सैवर्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट या बायट-सैवर्ट लॉ का पर्पस क्या था? To find the magnetic field due to find the magnetic field due to a current element, due to a current element. अब इसमें हमें फॉर्मूला जो है वो बस प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी से देखना, इसका प्रूफ नहीं है. सो ही सेड दैट सपोज ये dB है इसका मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. So he said that small magnetic field due to this current element is found directly proportional to current element. It is found directly proportional to square of distance from the element. कितने डिस्टेंस पे हमने वो पॉइंट लिया हुआ है, जैसे हमने ये पॉइंट लिया तो उस पॉइंट का डिस्टेंस कितना है जहां पे इतना फील्ड एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है, इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू स्क्वायर ऑफ distance of point of observation from the current element. It is also directly proportional to sine of angle between dl and r. ठीक है, साइन ऑफ एंगल बिटवीन dl and r, इस एंगल के ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है, साइन ऑफ एंगल के ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है. सो बाय कंबाइनिंग ऑल दीज फैक्टर्स we get dB is proportional to IDL sin theta over r square. IDL sin theta over r square. And when we introduce the constant here, that constant is mu naught over 4 pi. That constant is mu naught over 4 pi. So this is Biot-Savart formula. That small magnetic field due to a current element is given by mu naught over 4 pi IDL sin theta by r square. Okay? तो ये स्मॉल फील्ड है, अकॉर्डिंगली डिपेंडिंग ऑन द सिचुएशन हम टोटल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड भी निकाल सकते हैं. बट ये लॉ हमें क्या देता है, स्मॉल फील्ड ड्यू टू वन करंट एलिमेंट. ऑलराइट, तो हैव अ लुक एट दिस फॉर्मूला. लर्न करना है आपको. व्हाट इज म्यू नॉट हियर? यस स्टूडेंट्स, व्हाट इज म्यू नॉट हियर? 10th में म्यू नॉट यूज किया था हमने, कौन बताएगा व्हाट इज म्यू नॉट?
परमिएबिलिटी.
यस, मैग्नेटिक परमेबिलिटी. और नॉट का मतलब है मैग्नेटिक परमेबिलिटी, एब्सोल्यूट मैग्नेटिक परमेबिलिटी. ठीक है, तो देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ परमेबिलिटीज. पहले लिख लीजिए मैग्नेटिक परमेबिलिटी होती क्या है. व्हाट इज मैग्नेटिक परमेबिलिटी? Magnetic permeability is the ability of a substance to allow the passage of magnetic lines through it. It is the ability of a substance to allow the passage of magnetic lines through it. It is the ability of a substance to allow the passage of magnetic lines through it. Got this? Clear है? लिख लो पहले definition. All right. So this is called magnetic permeability. There are 3 types of magnetic permeabilities. यही एक तो म्यू नॉट, absolute permeability और free space. Absolute permeability और free space. आप इस फॉर्मूला से इसका यूनिट बताओगे मुझे? Tell me the unit of mu naught from here, from this formula. B का यूनिट टेस्ला होता है, ये आपको पता है. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी B का यूनिट होता है टेस्ला. करंट का एम्पियर, DL का मीटर, R स्क्वायर का मीटर स्क्वायर. तो क्या हुआ इसका यूनिट? कैलकुलेट फ्रॉम द फॉर्मूला. ओके, वी विल डू इट ऑन मंडे.